Good evening and welcome to the Irish Arts Show, brought to you from the Scientology Community Centre, Dublin.
Yeah, it's great. I'm delighted for this act that we have on tonight. I haven't seen the lads in years.
This is going to be a treat for you.
Yeah.
Because this is your music and your genre.
Absolutely.
I won't get a word in edgeways. Tonight we are delighted to welcome Feast of Irish Folk to the show. They are Tommy and John Breen and James Mac Searraigh. John Breen is a native of Arklow, County Wicklow. He has a pure, powerful singing style, traditional to the likes of the legendary Ronnie Drew, infused with a hint of Ernest Tubb, an echo of a 1970s Kris Kristofferson and the ghost of Johnny Cash. Brother Tommy Breen was a founding member of legendary trad folk group Boru. James Mac Searraigh brings his exceptional fiddle, mandolin playing and guitar to the band. Their sound is a blend of contemporary Celtic music, exploring the origins of their folk roots, country and folk influences. Please welcome Feast of Irish Folk.
Thank you very much. This next song is a song about a fishing tragedy in our hometown of Arklow in County Wicklow. Back in 1910, it was probably one of the worst fishing tragedies on the East Coast, and some of the descendants of them men still live around Arklow town. A song that we wrote about 2 years ago, and it's simply called Calling Me Home.
Cold autumn morning, milk bottles shake, factory horn heard on the breeze. The men on the Gansey, boats they are ready, their fleet is heading to sea. There were 7 men on the boat, Alice, 5 of them from Arklow town. Fishing was plenty, her hatches all full, homeward bound from Kilkee County down. Arklow, Arklow, you're calling me home, in or more by the sea. I remember the fishermen mending their nets as they're all out on the South Quay, as they're all out on the South Quay. She was broken to by a steamer September the year 1910. The crew on the Melissa all did their best in their fight to rescue those men. When word reached Arklow on that very day, confusion arose who'd survive. The fishery was numbed by its worst tragedy when they learned that 6 men they had died. James Lynch and Patrick Doherty, Anthony Kelly and Abraham Kearns, James Waddock and Jeremy Lindsay, forever we'll remember those men. Arklow, Arklow, you're calling me home, in or more by the sea. I remember the fishermen mending their nets as they're all out on the South Quay, as they're all out on the South Quay. So we'll sing to all those who are lost to the sea, send their souls off the fiddler's green. I remember the fishermen mending their nets as they're all out on the South Quay, as they're all out on the South Quay. Arklow, Arklow, you're calling me home, in or more by the sea. I remember the fishermen mending their nets as they're all out on the South Quay, as they're all out on the South Quay. calling me home.
Lovely. Our next song is a song we'd like to sing for you. It's about mental health, and during the last couple of years, a lot of things happened to a lot of people, a lot of broken families, a lot of people isolated, and we decided to put a song together. It was launched on an album, a Release Wellness album, and it can still be got on Bandcamp, by the way, through Release Wellness. We'd like to sing the song for you. It's a song called Darkness to Light.
There's a pain in the heart of many a man, pain that can drive them to scheme and to plan. Alone is a worry, does somebody care? Oh, the tricks of the mind people find hard to share. Is it right for our people to live in the past with long-lasting sadness? They're trapped in the dark, searching for freedom like stars in the night. A new day will dawn from darkness to light. A new day will dawn from darkness to light. Speak to me now, I can't read your mind. It's time for to talk now, one step at a time. Draw back the curtains, unlock the door. Together in battle, we'll win them, I'm sure. Is it right for our people to live in the past with long-lasting sadness? They're trapped in the dark, all searching for freedom like stars in the night. A new day will dawn from darkness to light. A new day will dawn from darkness to light. Is it right for our people to live in the past with long-lasting sadness? They're trapped in the dark, all searching for freedom like stars in the night. A new day from darkness to light. A new day will dawn from darkness to light. A new day will
next song for you this evening brings us to Wicklow Town. We have a long association actually with Wicklow Town, and in fact John lives there now. A song written by an old pal, Terry Kavanagh, and this is a true life story of a real life pub, a real life people in that pub, and the different characters along the way. And have a listen to this one, Old Men in Hats.
We played cards by the fire on a cold winter's night with Tommy Barr and Sweeney. The old men would tell us days of sailing and fishing, and the place seemed like heaven to me. I remember the day Jack the lad came to stay, the day the window went flying. Dabbler played on, the cock reached where he's gone. Peter Kennedy, God rest him, was crying. Duda was shouting for someone to fight him. Oscar was watching TV, and the place seemed like heaven to me. The roof let in rain, floor let in rats. We sat at the bar with the old men in hats, and the place seemed like heaven to me. Lenny, he played his guitar in the corner, old ladies would dance to his tune. Bimbo and Marty fried fish on the fire, Joe Moore always said he was dying, and Joker would drink the place dry, for Killam sat dry, and the place seemed like heaven to me. The roof let in rain, floor let in rats. We sat at the bar with the old men in hats, and the place seemed like heaven to me. The roof let in rain, floor let in rats. We sat at the bar with the old men in hats, and the place seemed like heaven to me. And the place seemed like heaven to me.
Old Men in Hats, as I said, written by a good friend of ours, Terry Kavanagh, in Wicklow Town. Well, we're going to change the spotlight over this time to James. James is going to take up the guitar. This is James Mac Searraigh. By the way, that's John Breen here beside me, singing all the songs so far. Fair play. This song is a song written by Liam Riley. God rest him. Liam was the lead singer and main songwriter in a group called Bagatelle. He wrote this song. Steve is going to sing it for you. It's a song called The Streets of New York. Oh, sorry, who did I say? John, James. Yeah, James. So used to John singing. James going to sing this one.
I was 18 years old when I went down to Dublin with a fistful of money and a cartload of dreams. In good times, so me father stopped rushing like hell, and remember all's not what it seems to be. Fellas will cut you from the coat on your back, or the watch that you got from your mother. So take care, my young bucko, and mind yourself well, when you give this we know to me brother. At the time Uncle Benji was a policeman in Brooklyn. My father, the youngest, looked after the farm. When a phone call from America said send the lad over, the young fella said I wouldn't do any harm. I spent my life working this dirty old ground for a few pints of porter and the smell of a pound. I that you maybe there's something you learn all you see and you can bring it back home, make it easy on me. So I landed at Kennedy and a big yellow taxi carried me and me bags through the streets and the blade. When me poor heart was thumping around with excitement, I hardly even heard what the driver was saying. We came in the short parkway to the flatlands in Brooklyn, my uncle's apartment on East 53rd. I was feeling so happy, I was humming a song, and I sang "You're as free as a bird." Well, the short in the story, when I found out that day Benji was shot down in an uptown parade. And while I was flying my way to New York, poor Benji was lying in a cold city morgue. Well, I found out the old fella told him the news. The tally could hardly stand up in his shoes. And he wept as he told me, go ahead with the plan, and not to forget, be a proud Irishman. So I went off to Nellie's beside Fordham Road, and I started to learn about lifting the load. But the heaviest thing that I carried that year was the bittersweet thoughts of my hometown so dear. I went home that December as the old fella died. Had to borrow the money from fella on the side. And all the bright flowers and brass cotton hide, the poor wasted face of me father. I sold up the old farmyard for what it was worth. Into me barn stuck a handful of birds. Then I boarded a train, I caught me a plane, I found myself back in the US again. It's been 22 years since I set foot in Dublin. The kids out to use a carrot knife and fork. But I'll never forget the green grass and the rivers as I keep law and order on the streets of New York. Na 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 na
Thank you very much. We're going to do a tune for you this time. It's a tune called Miss Searraigh. I'd like to feature the whistle on this one. And James is picking up the mandolin for this one, so we'll try it out for you. It's a beautiful slow air. And one that we plan to record pretty soon. Although it is being recorded tonight, live. So we can hopefully not make any mistakes on it this time. See what happens. It's lovely to be here, actually, at the Irish Arts Show. Thank you very much for inviting us. You can see it up here. And like I said, we're coming close to the end of our set, but this is one of the tunes we'd like to do for you. As I said, it's called Miss Searraigh. Lovely stuff. Right, we're going to finish off our set with a song, another song from our hometown, actually. This song was written in 1984 when I was 10. And John's going to sing it. We got a few different versions of this over the years, and there was a couple of guys. Toddy Kennedy, a local poet in Arklow, he wrote a poem, and there was a fella from Cunry up in the mountains. He wrote some music, and we all put it together. We ended up with a beautiful song about Arklow town and about the bridge leading into the town. John's going to sing it for you. It's a song called 19 Arches.
Down its winding pathway through the mountain, gently down the fields out to the sea. A river flows down under 19 arches, and close beside it's where I long to be. Many's a time I crossed and never noticed the birds who make their homes along the shore. But I'll return one fine day to Arklow, and from her banks again I'll roam no more. Take me back to the place that I was born in, where the fishing boats are heading out to sea. My friends are gone, but still I will remember those 19 arches waiting there for me. It's strange the things you think of when you're lonely. Wonder how you got so far away. Oh, he'd give you anything if he could only take a stroll along a river down the quay. Take me back to the place that I was born in, where the fishing boats are heading out to sea. My friends are gone, but still I will remember those 19 arches waiting there for me. This tale I'd heard from a man whose life was over. Smiled and closed his eyes and turned away. I pray his soul will cross those 19 arches, while the light faded dimly in his eyes of yesterday. Take me back to the place that I was born in, where the fishing boats are heading out to sea. My friends are gone, but still I will remember those 19 arches waiting there for me. My friends are gone, but still I will remember those 19 arches waiting there for me.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. What a great song, 19 Arches. I even recorded that song myself
Wow,
many years ago. Like, you know, so it's great to hear it again. You don't really hear too many people singing that song. Like,
Great
you know.
job.
And great lads. I'm delighted. I haven't seen them in, geez, I don't know how many years. I've seen James Mac Searraigh about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. The lads, I don't think I've seen them. I don't know, God knows how long.
I can imagine this conversation just going to go on and on and on.
I'm dying, but we're
Yeah,
delighted
it's great to have you.
Tommy with us anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you know. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Stephen. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again. Yeah.
It's been a while. Hi,
Yeah.
Angel. Nice to
How are
meet
you? Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, the song you're just talking about there, 19 Arches, that was written in 1984. And it was a huge hit in Arklow.
Of course, yeah.
That's why not so many people sing it. But a couple of pals of ours wrote it at the time, put music to it. It was a poem, some music was put to it, and we recorded it back. We had one of the Horslips actually helping us out with that one.
All right, okay.
But it was first recorded in 1984, and then with Boru we recorded it around 1990, I'd say, and it kind of spread its wings a bit then, because when we were travelling, the song came with us.
Which every time I go down to Arklow over that bridge, that's the song that it just automatically comes to your mind. Like, you know, it's brilliant. Like, you know.
Yeah, it is like an anthem to Arklow, really. You know, we've written the first song we sang tonight there was the song "Calling Me Home." That's fast catching on now in Arklow as well. That's well, you probably heard what I was talking about. There's about a fishing tragedy that happened back in 1910 in Arklow. It was one of the worst tragedies ever. And there's still descendants of the people who died, the fishermen who died on that boat. There's still descendants living around Arklow. So that's a song that's starting to take off now with this new trio that we've put together. So there's a couple of different songs that we've put in there on the show this evening. There was Calling Me Home. Like I said, there was that one. Then we had Darkness to Light. We wrote that about mental health during the lockdown. You know, we had what we called the hideout sessions.
Yeah.
We were hiding.
I was watching it a few times, I think,
Yeah.
as well, isn't it? Actually, I was commenting.
That was in my shed.
Oh, was it? Yeah, is that what it was?
We called it the hideout sessions.
That's a great
yeah.
name, isn't it?
So
The
people
hideout
couldn't
sessions.
find us.
Yeah.
And we were able to play away there. And it was through that we started writing some of them songs, yeah. So there you go. That's that song anyway.
Brilliant, yeah.
And I'm just looking here, John, that you come from a pedigree of musical background, like your grandfather, your brother, and your sister Charlotte, who collabs with you. So that's a lot going on in one family.
Well, that would be my brother John and my sister Charlotte, because John he had a 3-album record deal in America and
wow.
with Atlanta Music Group, and done very well there. The last album, Origins, had a big launch actually in Ireland. And I remember because I had to do the organising of it on this one. And at midnight, everybody could use their phone and get a free code if they were in the gig, to get a free code to download one of the songs. But my sister Charlotte has written some of them songs, and she's written a lot of jingles and stuff for American TV and radio stations.
She won an award, didn't she?
Yeah, they got an award there in California. You know, again, you'd want to be talking to my brother John about that. He'd know more about that than I would, but
John won something as well for Best Ballad Singer. Was that with yourselves? Or
yeah, well, that was with me. That was
right. Okay.
I like the slag was I was singing that day, but I wasn't really. Best Ballad Singer award we got was with on one of the festivals down in Arklow. Not so long ago, actually, only a few years ago.
Was your granddad in the same genre of music?
My granddad was a piper, and I think his name was Tommy Costello. And I think I was named after him. I was named Tommy because I was the first born after he died. And my grandmother gave me a chanter when I was about 7 years of age, and I think I took up the pipes. I play pipes.
I've never seen you playing the pipes actually before. Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's how I got into playing the whistles and wind instruments and stuff. Yeah, true.
Do you still play them, the pipes?
Well, I can play them, but I don't play with a pipe band or anything. But I can play them.
Yeah.
I have a set of pipes in my attic. And there's a very odd time they might come out, you know.
You'd have to take them down out of
The way
Next time.
Good up there.
One of these sessions, one of the sessions we have, yeah.
Come here, didn't you used to own a pub as well at one stage? I remember when I was living in Lanzarote and someone was telling me I think you had a pub
Yeah,
at the
with
same
the
time,
Randy
wasn't it?
Leprechaun.
Yeah, that's right.
Became
Yeah.
famous,
Yeah.
the Randy Leprechaun. And speaking of the Randy Leprechaun, I believe there's a very good pub in Dublin, and he reckons himself, all the guys are actually from up around this area in Tala, but from what he said online, that he got the idea for his pub from the Randy Leprechaun and what we were doing there. That's Patter Brown's, and I believe it's been named the best music venue in Dublin in the last couple of weeks. In one of
Okay, yeah,
them.
I've played there before myself.
Yeah,
of course.
Aidan,
Aidan,
so
yeah. Aidan and his brother,
I keep meaning to go there. With this band now, we'd probably end up playing there.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say that's bound to happen. But it's a good pub for the ballads, yeah.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
might as well get that in there as well.
Of course, yeah. I'll give him an plug.
And are you the founding member of Boru? Was that
Yes.
you? Yeah.
Myself and one of my old pals, John Hogan, champion banjo player. Me and John set out together, just the two of us, and we played the Brain Rooms at the time of Still Organ, and we played there for 6 months, 6 nights a week, and we were putting the band together while we were doing that. So we ended up doing with the new band, as we called it, Boru. We were doing a 4-piece band, 3 gigs every Sunday, because we had Sundays off. And, and then
Sundays off, we will do 3 gigs.
Yeah,
that's it.
And then we ended up in the Rat Mines Inn every Monday night. So the show finished early enough for us to kind of we kind of changed the ending of the show so we could skip 10 minutes early, and the show was well on then and well rehearsed, so there was not much they could really do about it.
I've got a couple of the albums that are Boru. Like I loved them as you know, because I would have mentioned to you yourself. I think it was Jason Lambert maybe is a big supporter as well. Would have been.
Yeah, Jason has more. Jason has more information about my band than I would.
I would well believe it.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big collector of the music.
He's got everything, yeah. And I recently came across a lot of stuff, and I passed it on to Jason because he would do more with it than lying in my attic.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, it's all press clippings and CD covers and the original artwork for.
He often tags all of us, I suppose, the balladeers in the things he puts up on Facebook. Like, he has some collection.
He's hoping to get a big Feast of Irish Folk collaboration sometime. We're bringing all the bands together and doing a weekend festival of it, which would be great. I just looked at this venue here tonight and I went,
yeah, it's incredible, isn't it?
Isn't it fantastic?
Something else.
And there's 1,049 seats here.
Yeah. You're going to fill it the next time?
We want to run buses here, run buses.
That'd be great, actually.
And actually do a whole festival there.
It'd be lovely.
You know, during the pandemic, we actually had a load of bands in doing a live feed thing. I'm not sure if you ever seen it.
I did.
We had a good few bands in there.
I've seen a lot of stuff from here, yeah, and some very good ones in here as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So there was. We look forward to that.
I see Paul Watchorn was here St Patrick's Day.
That's right,
wasn't it?
So you're very good, yeah.
It's gas.
Good chanter as well.
He's on the hat as well.
He never stops joking, sure, doesn't he? Good fun.
A good guy.
I'm just looking at that. I like this because you say the evolution of Celtic music, as you see it, is calling it green grass music.
Yeah.
So what's that mean?
Again, you see, you'd have the way I look at it, you'd have a 4-string tenor banjo. We're just talking about my pal there, John Hogan. John's a champion 4-string tenor banjo player, and we know some very good tenor banjo players. Michael Redmond is a good one, played for years with my brother John as well. He's another good 4-string tenor banjo player. And then you'd have the 5-string G banjo, where you'd have, say, Brian Warfield from the Wolf Tones now plays a 5-string G banjo.
So does Paul Watchorn.
Yeah, and Davey Arthur that was with the Furies played a 5-string, whereas Finbar played a 4-string tenor. So we would always say that the 4-string tenor, that's green grass, and the 5-string G banjo is bluegrass.
Yeah.
Because you'd have that's the American twang of it. So that's where we're kind of getting the green grass roots from. That we're sticking with 4-string tenor banjo players and fiddle players. And, you know, we don't use a 5-string.
But you know what I've noticed, and I said it to you as well, and I don't know a lot about. Well, I do now. I know a lot more than I ever did about trad music. But where they're creating songs that are even pop songs and changing it into trad. There seems to be like changing a lot. I feel even in the last year, the way people are talking, the trad musicians are talking.
Yeah, they're all becoming ballads. You know. And something that I noticed as well, there's a lot of country music singers. As soon as they get famous, is that the word you use, semi-famous, whatever, they start singing all the Irish ballads.
Start robbing them, I say. Not just they're robbing them for us. You know, and I hate even seeing people like, no, stick to your own genre of music, stop robbing the ballads.
Yeah,
like, you know?
because I know certain balladeers that won't sing certain songs now because somebody's telling them that song is such a country singer song. And,
that happens
but
as well.
We won't name any names.
It's funny how you say that because I was watching a documentary, you know, like I love Dusty Springfield and all that kind of genre of music, but I didn't realise that she actually started off singing folk music. Now, I don't know whether it's the same. I must actually see, can I find some of what she was singing, but it just goes to show you, we seem to change.
So what's her name that sang Downtown? She done a collaboration with the Saw
Downtown.
Doctors. Downtown.
Yeah, I know the song.
who's
Yeah.
that song? Can't remember now.
Come here and ask you, because I know we're.
Clark, was it?
Julia Clark, I think it is. I think you're right.
Tell us how you bumped into my old friend James Mac Searraigh, who I know many years.
We picked James up on the side of the road. He's trying to hitch out. He's trying to hitch out.
Side
He's
of
not
the
here.
road.
That's not fair now.
He's trying to hit. He's trying
James
to
gonna come running out now.
He's trying to hitchhike out of Wicklow. We nabbed him. There's not much roadworks down there at the moment. It was easy catch. No, I'll tell you what happened. We started doing a couple of trad sessions.
Yeah.
Because, you know, since everyone coming out of lockdown and that, and a lot of people like to go back to the roots because everyone's busy gigging and that, and kind of. So we said we'd pick a Thursday night because lads are busy at the weekend. And we started off, we said we'll do a trad session. There was 3 or 4 of us going in, so we ended up with 12 or 15. And James came along, and I met James there.
Yeah.
And John already knew him. I didn't realise that I'd played music with James 8 years before that.
Ah, well,
We'd
okay,
actually done a gig together. I only found it out when I found a photograph about 2 weeks ago.
I think we is all collab, isn't it? That's
And
the
he-
second
and
you're
he was
seeing,
in-
is that?
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
was in the photograph, and I looked and I said, "That's James."
You've forgotten.
He
stood out in your
playing the
mind then,
fiddle.
yeah?
He was playing the fiddle when I was playing the Lonzo Boatman and John. So the 3-piece that you've seen tonight, we actually did share a stage together as a 3-piece
Before.
about 8 or 9 years ago. You know, so
Do you know, we
great.
got
I
a
just
good
didn't realise that.
trad, a big trad festival here.
I agree.
That of a lot. That'd be
definitely
just
all
a
the bands
fantastic.
together
That's
would
the way
A
to
lot of
do
you.
it,
Can you
yeah.
imagine that?
Yeah, it could happen.
sure, you'd have guys
There you are,
tuning up
something to
and
get
playing.
stuck into.
Guys tuning up and playing in the car park and everything, waiting
Yeah.
to come in.
Great, wouldn't it?
On a fine summer's day,
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
But that's with James. Yeah, there was the trad session got going, and it's very noticeable. Like, even all the musicians that was there, it's very noticeable that he's a quality player, and
Yeah.
he played with you, Stephen.
right,
so
yeah,
you'd
yeah.
know him. He was a quality player. It stood out, you know, with some of the different things that we were doing. He's a lovely feel for the fiddle.
No,
and
it's great because he moved down to Arc with the
And the
fine
mandolin.
musicians like ourselves to.
Yeah, no, he's stuck with
To
us.
accept him, like, you
yeah,
know.
he's stuck with us.
I'm
now.
living in Wicklow and I always like to be accepted in Wicklow. It takes a while. I'm still not
It does,
accepted.
yeah. He's not. He doesn't look like a runner now when he's sitting in the pub with us. He's alright. He's with the boys.
Where-
And there's a good few lads on that trad session that when we kicked it off. Deco Hughes, we have known, very good actually country singer. But
Yeah.
he sings some great ballads. He's a good ballad singer. He sings ballads with his brother Tony. But he was one of the lads that will be sitting in on that session, and you know, different ones. Start coming out from Dublin there. We had what's his name has the radio show there.
Lar Flynn?
No, Dublin City FM.
Wasn't Lar Flynn? was it?
Kieran Kelly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kieran was
yeah, I
down
think I did
and
an interview with him
he done a
before,
bit
yeah.
of recording. He was down playing with us
Oh,
and
definitely, yeah.
different ones, you know. So it's turning into, and we only do it every 7 or 8 weeks. You know,
That's
if
good.
we
John
don't-
had sent me the message before.
if we don't,
yeah.
if we don't a regular, we just don't feel it'll work. We don't
Yeah,
have the time
yeah.
for it, you know.
Come here, we're just running low on time. Can you tell us just, there's a launch coming up soon, isn't there, in the gallery, or is that where you're having it launch, you tell me?
Yeah, the Gallery Pub in Arglo on Easter Sunday, we are doing the first kind of local gig and kind of launch it
Yeah.
at 7 o'clock, 7 to 9. So that's one of the ones we're doing there. And a couple of things have come in with Moonshine Promotions. They got in touch. They want us to guest spot with the Kilkennys. We're doing that. And then they got in touch with us, the Ballard Demons Bikers Club. They have a big, huge weekend at Jack White's to take over that whole area for the
nice.
weekend.
When's
Thousands of bikers. That's around the 17th, 18th of June, that weekend.
Okay.
So it's all big rock bands and us.
Deadly.
Because they like the few
Yeah.
ballads in the middle of it, you know. So we're actually right in they've got side stages and stuff, but we're on the main stage on the Saturday night.
Super.
Yeah, right. To think of it. And there's some, I don't even know the name of the band that's coming on after us, but there's some big metal band.
Yeah.
So we got thousands and thousands of euro worth of equipment around us. And
To find us, have you got social media? Like a lot of people, have you got a web page or anything like that? Or
well,
you got
we
a-
haven't really. I mean, we're not planning on travelling a lot. I mean, we've all travelled
Yeah.
a lot over the years. I mean, we were looking at St. Patrick's Day, and I was able to relax St. Patrick's Day for the first time that I ever remember in my life.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's years there where we were doing St. Patrick's Week down in Nigeria and places, you know. Go down to Abuja and then you'd head off to Lagos and, you know,
Them were the days, huh?
Don't have to worry or nothing. You know?
Well, look, John,
It's like Irish pubs in New York. You walk into one and you might as well be walking into a pub downtown. It's just that it took you 7 hours to get there. That's the difference.
Yes,
you know?
that's true.
That's the truth for a lot of them. Different when you're doing the festivals. Festivals are great. If we get offers for festivals, then we'll go. But I wouldn't go to just play in Irish pubs abroad, really, you know.
Yeah.
I know disrespect to them, but like I said, you
Been
don't
there
really.
and done it.
Yeah, been there and done that, yeah. So we're enjoying what we're doing.
John, thank you and the
Thank you
lads
so
for
much.
coming on the show. Really appreciate
Thank
it. It's
you.
great to see you
Yeah.
again, buddy. Yeah. And
Thank you.
might have you back again soon then, yeah?
Okay, and
Thank
my
you.
name's Tommy.
Tommy, I knew it was going to happen, by the way. I always get
know,
mixed
that's
up.
the-
Even when I'm talking to people, I'm like, which one's Tommy, which one's John, and it happened. Sorry.
That's what happens when
No
you.
disrespect.
That's what happens when you. No, don't worry.
Exactly.
He's been slagging me regarding what do I do with your band.
It always happens.
All the time, same thing.
I always
yeah.
get his band mixed
It
up.
always happens when me and John are together. That
Yeah.
always
Oh,
happens.
I'd say so, yeah.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting.
And the two Maguire brothers are the exact same.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We had a
I
great
was
interview with
waiting
the
for
two
it,
of
yeah.
them.
Tommy, I'm sorry.
Not at all.
Thank you and the
not at
lads for coming on the show, and brilliant to have seen you.
Much
and as I say,
appreciated. And great
come
to
back.
see you again, Steve.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've seen you since a launch of your own
That's
album.
right, 20,
believe it or
15
not,
years
yeah.
or something like that, yeah.
That was a good night too. That's all
Come
I'd
back
say
here
about
again now
that.
soon in a few months again, yeah. Exactly, leave it there, right?
Thanks, Tommy.
Lovely to
Thanks,
meet you,
Tommy.
Angel.
Thanks so much. Nice to meet you too.
Thank you,
Thanks a
Tommy.
lot.
Thanks so
Great
much.
night. Great night. Thank you.
Well, there you have it, folks. Great to have the lads on the show, and getting mixed up with names again. My turn to do that, like, you know. But we're here again next week. Tune in, and we'll see you then. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thanks so much. Good night. Thank you. Bye.